How to incorporate a nonprofit corporation for your tenant association in the District of Columbia by the Office of the Tenant Advocate. Disclaimer: the information provided in this tutorial video does not and is not intended to constitute legal advice. Instead, all information and content are for general informational purposes only. What is a tenant association? A tenant association is a group of tenants living in the same residential rental housing accommodation that work together to accomplish established goals through a united voice. Tenant associations are a mechanism used by tenants to resolve conflicts and are generally created because the residential rental building is being sold, the Tenant Opportunity to Purchase Act, or to address housing issues. Tenant associations provide a safe space for tenants to share grievances and concerns about their building. Tenant associations are also a great way to get to know your neighbors and create stronger communities. In the District of Columbia, tenants have the right to organize a tenant association without interference from building owners or management. No owner or agent of an owner of a multifamily housing accommodation shall interfere with the right of a tenant or tenant organizer to conduct the following activities related to the establishment or operation of a tenant organization. In other words, landlords or management may not interfere when tenants distribute literature about a tenant organization in lobbies or other common areas, post information about a tenant organization on bulletin boards, help tenants participate in tenant organization activities, hold tenant organization meetings in individual units, lobbies, or common areas, or respond to landlord petition for rent increases or conversions. How do tenant associations benefit tenants? By acting collectively, tenants are in a better position to challenge illegal rent increases, better protect tenant rights, or to incentivize or motivate the owner or management to make necessary repairs. Tenant associations may want or need to incorporate a nonprofit corporation with the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection. What does this mean? Incorporating a nonprofit corporation simply means that your tenant association has formally filed the required documents with the District of Columbia government that now recognizes your entity as a nonprofit corporation. Incorporation of a nonprofit corporation creates a legal entity that represents the tenants of the association. Incorporating a nonprofit corporation provides the tenant association with a sense of professionalism, accountability, permanency, and limited liability. Additionally, for example, tenants living in a housing accommodation with 5 or more units must register and incorporate as a nonprofit corporation in order to exercise their TOPA rights. Incorporation process. In order to incorporate your nonprofit corporation, you must submit the Articles of Incorporation to the Corporations Division of the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection. You must also designate 1 incorporator, 1 registered agent, and at least 3 initial directors. Articles of Incorporation. The Articles of Incorporation is a short document that registers the corporation with the government and gives it special protection and additional responsibilities under the law. How to incorporate your nonprofit corporation. There are 3 methods to incorporate your nonprofit with DLCP: online, via the United States Postal Service, or in person. Online incorporation process. Create your account on the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection website at accessdc.dcra.dc.gov and click on the link for Corp Online. Next, create your username and password. Next, click on the link for Register Organization. Next, click on the link for Nonprofit Corporation. Fill in the information where requested: name, incorporator, registered agent, and directors. Cut and paste the purpose section of the sample Articles of Incorporation and insert them into the purpose section on the online form. Notarization is not required. Payment can be made by credit or bank card, and the filing fee is $80. Generally, it can take approximately 5 days to process online applications. The certificate of good standing and a file stamped copy of the Articles of Incorporation will be sent to your association via email. United States Postal Service Incorporation process. Make duplicate notarized copies of the Articles of Incorporation and send them along with a check or money order in the amount of $80 made payable to DC Treasurer. To the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection, Corporations Division, P.O. Box 92300, Washington, D.C. 20090. Make sure to save a copy for the Association's records. United States Postal Service Incorporation process. It will take approximately 4 to 6 weeks for DLCP to process the application. Once approved, DLCP will send a certificate of good standing and a file-stamped copy of the Articles of Incorporation to your association. In person, prepare the application and insert the information as indicated on OTA sample Articles of Incorporation. Make 4 duplicate originals and notarize all copies. Make and keep a copy for the association's records. File the 4 duplicate originals with the Corporations Division of the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection, located at 1104 4th Street Southwest on the Green Line. There's an additional $100 fee to file in person. Total fee for an in-person application is $180. Compliance. Tenant associations that incorporate are required to file a report every 2 years in order to remain in good standing. Failure to comply could result in the revocation of the Certificate of Good Standing. Sustaining your tenant association. Incorporating a nonprofit corporation for your tenant association is only the first step in a process that can help improve the quality of life of your tenant association members. Sustaining a tenant association takes hard work and a team effort. For more information on forming and sustaining a tenant association, contact the District of Columbia Office of the Tenant Advocate.